W.
Do you think the GP2 shooting from three that way is a product of the way the ball's moving? Is he just got some really good looks? And what does that mean when he's making threes like that?
Nobody's going to guard him at the three-point line. So he's going to be open every game, and he works hard on his three-point shot. And tonight, obviously, it was falling. He had a great game at both ends. He's been playing at a really high level for weeks now, and it's exciting to see.
You were saying before the game that, he would sort of help Jimmy with orchestrating the offense. Mm-hmm. It looked like almost the other way around at times, where Jimmy was feeding Gary for buckets.
Right.
Is that just a different dimension, or is that just a one-off? And what do you think of that?
Well, again, everyone's going to guard Gary the same way. They're going to sit off of him and sit in the paint or double Steph, and so he's going to be open from the three-point line every game. And so tonight, we had him handling the ball quite a bit to initiate the offense. And then he would, receive it on the back end because they were overplaying everybody else. So it was just a product of their defense.
Steve, how fun was it to see Butler do a little bit of everything and even offensive rebounds and just creating and the ball moved well, a lot of balance on the score sheet.
Great basketball player. I mean, he does everything. He does everything well. He sees the game. He's strong. Loves to pass. The game just flows when he's out there, and he feels it. Whatever the game calls for, Jimmy brings. And he's the main reason that things have turned for us. I mean, he's one of the best players in the league, and he makes everybody else around him better.
Do you have an issue with him taking that shot?
With what?
An issue with him taking that shot late? I think you guys were up big, and he took that shot. Looked like you might have had some words with him after.
With who?
With Jimmy.
I had
a late
words
jump
with Jimmy?
shot. I don't know. I saw you talking to him right after the game.
Oh no! I told him we don't do shot clock violations. So if there's a shot clock differential, we always shoot. So at the end of the game, he caught it and he looked at me and I said, "Shoot." He said, "Okay," and he shot it. And some teams take the turnover. I just don't believe that you should ever take a turnover, and I don't think anybody should be offended if you take a shot if there's time on the shot clock. If the shot clock's off, then you run out the clock. So I was just clarifying with Jimmy. I just said, we don't take turnovers here. We shoot. And he said, "Okay, I got you."
Well, quickly here. The gamblers out there who had the Warriors at -12 were very pleased with that decision to let Jimmy Butler shoot that shot because the Warriors were covering the spread at that point. And then they didn't cover the spread. We'll show why a little bit later. But all the gamblers out there love Steve Kerr's answer.
I got none on that.
Yes, just leave it alone. Leave it alone. Don't take the turnover.
But I do agree with him, though. I agree the fact, I get the whole, I guess it's being a gentleman. I don't understand that. If there's time on the clock, why would I take a turnover? I'll shoot the ball at the end of the game.
Yeah, it's like when you're down 20 and somebody gets offended when they take a layup. Like you had 48 minutes to take care of that. The last shot of the game is bothering you?
Right.
You got blown out for 47 minutes. The last seconds actually bother you? Relax.
Relax a little bit. Now time for our Chase alley-oop. And check this play out here. Draymond Green.
Get up, Bird!
Ah! 2. Woo. He can get up.
Mask for the rest of the season?
Why not? Gary Payton II's crazy enough to do it, too. We love GP2.
Hey,
He
if
just
it's
might do
working,
it.
don't change it.
I mean, he may get fans to start wearing masks to the game.
Put his number on it.
Why not?
Color it.
Headband over the mask. That's tough. I love it.
There's somebody in the marketing department right now thinking about making some money. So
Put the 0 on the front.
The 0 on the front or young glove across of it. You come in with a mask.
So the mask of Zorro, the mask of Zero. Wow, marketing.
Marketing genius Bonte.
No. The heck with the Warriors. This needs to be us, NFL. We need to get paid, baby. But no, seriously, you heard Steve Kerr in those comments saying they're going to leave GP2 open. They're going to leave Draymond Green open. They're going to force the non-quote-unquote shooters to shoot the ball. And that's, when you think about the playoffs, that's what we're going to see there, Mully.
Yeah, and what Steve Kerr is preparing his team for exactly that. Playoff time when the defense is going to load up on Steph, they're going to load up on Jimmy Butler, and those shots are going to be there. A lot of the shots that these teams yield because of Steph Curry's gravity, you couldn't, in 100 years, you couldn't draw a play up to get that open shot. So it's really important, GP2, Moses Moody, Draymond Green, on down the line, knock them shots down to make that defense make adjustments.
Getting confident in doing it.
Listen, to win in any level of sports, you have to have the whole team buying in. This is when you're a team sport. And so GP2, Moses Moody, Brandon Pajemski when he comes back, Jonathan Kuminga, all these guys are going to have to hit shots and make the defense honest. That's the way that Steph Curry gets open. That's the way Jimmy Butler gets open. And those guys can do their damage. But I love the way that Jimmy Butler is starting off the game becoming a facilitator, because he also understands that he needs the bench to be able to be effective.
But I do think, Bonte, it's a different shot when that ball's moving and you're in rhythm, as opposed to the ball's kind of stuck and you feel you're just standing there. I felt like GP2 was in really good rhythm on those open threes, and then he had a bunch of other points as well, so it wasn't just his three-point shot.
21 of 41 from the three-point line.
Well, buddy, let's talk about the man of the hour. It's GP2, a career high 26. When defenses key in on some of the other players, what does that open for Gary?
Lobs, threes, dunks, layups. He's like a 6'2" big man. He has great touch, great feel. I think he rolls better than anybody in the league. His percentile is probably 99 percentile. Man, he's a hawk on the ball. He's feisty. He's a great teammate, and no wonder why he's been playing at a high level lately. And he's been doing the right things, and he's been a sponge everywhere, and he's finding his niche, and he's been accelerating in that area.
Yeah. And when we look at 36 assists for the team, too, you're responsible for 7 of those. How do you describe how well the offense is rolling right now?
Steve talked about last game in Philadelphia, the ball didn't pop. He was trying to get the ball to pop in, and we were just able to get in seams and find open guys, and like Gary, and I was able to make some plays, and I'm feeding off Steph and Jimmy and Draymond, and that's making the right reads.
Yeah, you're feeding off each other right now. When that's rolling, you're getting 20 points. You're getting 6 threes right now. How comfortable do you feel, and how happy do you feel in this kind of win streak?
You just got to enjoy everybody's success. One night it'd be me, one night it'd be G. It's VP, Gary. You just can enjoy everybody's success. You know who the head of the snake is, Steph and Jimmy, and just fall in their laps. But we gotta be ready. And I wish every night could be like this, but the game doesn't flow that way. But keep staying patient, staying humble, and keep working.
Thanks, buddy.
Thank you.
All right, time now to look at the odds presented by Great Resort and Casino, and this is 2 straight L's for the crew. It looked good.
Man. You know what? Sometimes you spend money. Sometimes you lose money.
No, when you lose money like this, wait till you see the clip. The Warriors recovered the spread by what?
Jimmy was going to hold the ball.
Jimmy's going to hold the ball, but he makes a jumper. Samuels comes down the floor with a fadeaway 3 to backdoor the spread.
So Coach Bonte will be on the sideline. Foul him. Moody, take a foul.
I called it the whole time. As soon as he got the ball up the court, I said, oh, no, he's going to backdoor.
Full.
Timeout. Get to the foul. Something. Get the ball out of his hands. Block his shot. Double him at half court.
So as the coach, you would have money on the game? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm not Pete
I'm
Rose
just
here.
saying.
Rest in peace, all right? I'm not Pete. But did you see that coming the whole time? Jimmy makes the shot to go up 13. I'm like, oh, that's the spread.
I was watching your face the whole time.
It's like I had money on it. I get too invested in this stuff.
Some nights those guys in Vegas they just know what they're doing. I mean, come on,
I
man.
might have too invested in this, man. I gotta stop paying attention to your points.
What's happening?
What did KD have? 35 and 5 and 5?
35, 5 and 5. 35, 5, 5. Spencer, 16 points. As we take a look at the Wild West Conference standings. There you go, Fezzi. Wake up, baby. Warriors are hold on to that 6th spot there. 3 back of the Houston Rockets, 4 back of the Memphis Grizzlies. You see the T-Wolves right behind the Golden State Warriors. The Warriors do own the tiebreaker over Minnesota. They've been up 3 or 4 times this season. The Clippers with a very impressive win yesterday in overtime. Kawhi Leonard with the buzzer beater against Sacramento. They're now holding down the 8th spot, but if they tie the Warriors, they will own the tiebreaker. Sacramento, last time I checked, was getting blown out by the New York Knicks. They're now 33 and 30. Dallas did get a win against San Antonio, so there you go. The Wild West just gets wilder and wider and wilder.
Yeah, no. My horses is going smooth and steady right now. Climbing up the Western Conference. The Golden State Warriors right now, it's all about stacking wins at this point in the season. It's about playing the best basketball. It's about staying healthy. Soon, Jonathan Kuminga is going to join the lineup. Obviously, trying to get Brandon Pajemski back in there. The Warriors are just finding ways to win. But I love the fact that everybody's collectively chipping into the game. You see the steals on the defensive end. You see the made threes. You see everybody sharing the basketball. These are the ways you enjoy winning. This is when you say when you walk away with a win and say we got better today. But defensively, I thought the Warriors let go of the rope in the third quarter. This is something that Steve Kerr is going to look at and say, guys, we got to stay locked in and focused throughout the game because these kind of slip-ups can bite you in the butt later in the game.
They're playing great basketball, offensively and defensively. This has been an incredible turnaround with Jimmy Butler. And then, look, the rest of the season, I got a favorable schedule. You need to take advantage of that. As Fezzi said, try and move up the standings as much as you can. And then they're going to have a nice week off to get ready for the playoffs. And then we're going to see what this team is made of. But the way they're trending, to me, Bonte and Festus, this has a feel of a team that's going to get to the Western Conference Finals. And to me, if they get there, that means they're healthy and playing great basketball, and you're never going to bet against Steph Curry.
All right, in our pregame show, we discussed some of the most dynamic duels in the Western Conference. It was the Joker, Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray, LeBron James and Luka Doncic, SGA, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and Chet Holmgren. Now we're going to do 3 more right now, and 3 more dynamic duels in the Western Conference that could dictate who represents the West in the NBA Finals.
Ja.
And we just saw Ja. Out in Memphis, Jaren Jackson Jr. hurt right now, but having a spectacular season. A defensive player of the year. John Morant is healthy. He looks a little more mature as he's playing some good point guard as he fell. Nobody's talking about the Memphis Grizzlies, and they do have playoff experience.
What I love about this team is they got better even with Ja Morant out. And how they did that was Jaren Jackson really took the year last year to really hone his defensive skills. Offensively, he became an all-star this year. He's scoring from the outside, from the inside. He became a much better, more well-rounded player, understanding how to get his teammates better. These are things that happen when there's an injury, right? You lose your superstar, you try to find ways to get better. Now you add Ja Morant back into the fold, one of the most talented guards in the NBA, most athletic. He can do a bunch of things. You're always excited to watch him play. And now with both those guys together, the Memphis Grizzlies they're looking scary and dangerous right now, but you just don't know because they're still young. You don't know what they're going to do in the playoffs, but you're looking at them like, yo, if they're healthy, they can make some noise.
A great dynamic duo, Ja and Triple J, inside out attack. JJJ can knock down that three-point shot. His face, he's a good playmaker now. He can play in the post. Great defensive player. But Ja Morant, his athleticism is off the charts. He's just a franchise changer. He had the shoulder injury. He missed some games for off-the-court issues. But when he's on the floor, they're a force to be reckoned with.
No doubt about that. All right, moving on here, down to L.A. Not to the Lakers, but the Clippers, the Intuit Dome boys. That's right, Kawhi Leonard and James Harden. We saw Kawhi yesterday hit the game winner against Sacramento. Now Kawhi's trying to find his game. But I'm not going to lie to you guys. I've been very impressed with James Harden and the way he's played this season. 22 a game, 6 rebounds, 9 assists to help stabilize that organization. We thought the Clippers would be in the box. They've been holding down the top 6 spot for a long time now, and they're just a game behind the Golden State Warriors, Bully.
I'm with you, Bonte. I'm so impressed with James Harden, remaking his game from the Houston days, playing point guard position, creating for his teammates. He just had 50 points recently. Dynamic player. And really with Kawhi, it's all about health. If he can stay on the floor, be healthy, I think with that Clipper roster, they have a lineup full of mismatches that they can take advantage of. Ty Lue's a great head coach, can exploit the other team. So Kawhi's health is the most important thing for the Clippers.
I have been so impressed with the way Kawhi can come back into the fold, into the lineup. I've been missing a ton of games and be as effective as he is. He just hit a game winner last night, against the Sacramento Kings. He is one of those guys in the NBA, obviously with his length, his athleticism, his ability to play defense, those big hands. He's a force defensively, but he's also a mismatch offensively. He can post you up. He can get out to the three-point line. These are all the things, but health for him has always been a big factor. Him paired up with James Harden, that's a scary duo. This is a seasoned, scary duo that can make a lot of noise in the playoff if healthy. That's just a big if.
And you throw in Norman Powell, who's had an all-star season,
Zubac.
and
Zubac has been balling.
They're a big-time threat.
And now we get to the duo right here behind us here at Chase Center, Jimmy Butler and Stephen Curry. And since the Jimmy Butler trade, it feels like Stephen Curry has been reinvigorated. You don't hear anything about bilateral tendinitis anymore.
No, you don't. You're seeing dunks now.
No doubt. Since Jimmy Butler's come aboard, Stephen Curry's averaging over 29 points a game. Jimmy just dropped the triple-double today. And so you have 2 of these guys who have led their teams to the NBA Finals. Of course, Steph with the 4 championships. This is as scary as a duo as you'll see in the Western Conference, Fezzi.
Well, healthy Jimmy, healthy Steph Curry. This is the duo that can damage anybody in any team, in any force in the NBA right now. And they feel that way. You can see the way the team is playing so confidently. The team is feeling it. All of the roster feels it right now. Steph is, he struggled with some knee injuries earlier in the season, but right now he looks reinvigorated. You can see the way he's shooting the basketball, the way he's balancing, coming off of screens. These are things that make everybody around the league scared. This is why they double team Steph at the end of the game when he has 4 threes. This is that duo inside and out is something that can really do a lot of damage in the playoffs.
Yeah, the perfect combination, Steph Curry and Jimmy Butler. Steph Curry on the outside, Jimmy Butler on the inside. What Jimmy Butler has done to this team has been remarkable. Playing inside the paint at the mid-post, creating free throw attempts, high free throw percentage, and really has balanced out this offense. So to me, this has been the most impactful trade at the trade deadline by far. And this team is a big-time threat now because of that Jimmy Butler trade.
A lot of very good duels in the Western Conference East playoffs in a few weeks. Is going to be a lot of fun out west. But Buddy Hield, don't forget about him, right? He's helping complement Jimmy Butler and Stephen Curry. 6 made threes tonight, 20 points. And you know the Warriors record when he scores 20.